Hey guys, it's about lunchtime, and so I decided to make my husband some fish for lunch today. So he's gonna be home in about half an hour, and hopefully I'll have this fish made for him. So we're just gonna start with some tilapia. And to be honest with you guys, I used to watch Rachel Ray all the time. All I'm gonna do is add some salt and pepper on one side, and then I'm going to throw a little bit of butter in our nonstick pan just to make sure that the fish bakes okay and doesn't stick. And then I'm going to put the fish in the pan with the salt and pepper side down. Dab just a little bit of butter on this side, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more salt and pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of cilantro leaves, which are just dried, nothing special. And then we have lemon pepper seasoning salt. And then both my husband and I are huge fans of garlic. So I'm going to just pound out 1 clove of garlic, chop it up, throw it in there, and just let it go in with the fish. The oven is at 375. They just go in there for about half an hour. So that's my recipe. So I totally confess to you guys that I wish I were Rachel Ray. I made fish, and I don't know if you noticed, but I made 2 of them. It reminded me of the story in Matthew chapter 14. Jesus went to a city, and now there's these huge crowds that are surrounding him because they've heard of his healing and his miracles, and so they're there ready to learn, ready to get healed. And Jesus had major compassion on the people that he was around. No matter where he was, he always had compassion on the people that were around him. And the disciples were with him, and it was drawing near nighttime. People are getting hungry, they're getting frustrated, they're getting irritated because of the heat, but that didn't stop Jesus from having compassion on these people. And the disciples were like, Jesus, let's just let the crowds leave, tell them to go, you know, we're hungry, we're tired, we want to eat, and then go to bed. But Jesus said, no, don't push them away, let's feed them, you know, let's give them what we have. But all we have are 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. How is that possibly going to be enough to feed us, the crowd, and everyone around us? So the disciples saw that there was no way in their minds how just 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread were going to feed this huge crowd plus them. But Jesus looked to heaven and he blessed the food, and he knew his God, and so he trusted that that was going to provide for these people. So he had the disciples pass out the food, and then by the end of it, after everyone ate and they were satisfied, he had the disciples specifically gather all of the food, and they had 12 basketfuls. So each of the disciples have a doggy bag left over of the meal that they handed out earlier. And it says in the Bible that that fed 5,000 men, and that wasn't even including the women and the children. God uses the little bit that the disciples had to feed and bless the thousands of people. So we took 2 fish and made lunch. Jesus took 2 fish, 5 loaves, and made lunch for 5,000 people. So what are you going to do with your 2 fish? Go and bless the thousands. So I've been watching Rachel, but all we have are 2 loaves and 5 fish.